Your philosophy on hip-hop, you're pretty outspoken. You know, I've heard you make mention to not wanting to dilute the music and things that are related in that vein. Exactly what do you mean by that?
Well, when I said that about the diluting the music, it made me think. It brought me to myself. And then now I have like this different philosophy on it. It's like hip-hop, when it started, was supposed to be this new thing that, you know, had no boundaries and that was so different than the everyday music, you know, that just took chances. And now it seems like I was starting to get caught up in the mold of exactly what made hip-hop come about. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not hip-hop if it's, you know what I'm saying? If it's not, as soon as somebody starts singing, it ain't hip-hop. I changed my mind. You know what I'm saying? It could be hip-hop. It's just, as long as it has the true to the heart soul in it, it's still hip-hop. So that's my philosophy. As long as there's soul to it, then it's cool. It's still hip-hop. And then hip-hop will live on, because as long as there's soul in it, then it can still, it'll live.
So if it has a pop feel, well, I guess the question is, what determines whether or not it has soul? Is it something you can see, feel, you just know it?
Well, you could tell, like, you know, the difference between a hit like Make You Dance and My Mind Is Playing Tricks on Me. You know what I'm saying? Which song moves you?
Make You Dance by Zap?
CNC.
Oh.
Which song moved you?
Actually, both of them.
Yeah, okay. Which one? Yeah, okay. Well, there it is.
So they both would be hip-hop.
In your opinion, they both would be hip-hop.
Right.
The Make You Dance didn't move me.
So you wouldn't classify it hip-hop?
But the Ghetto Boys didn't do it.
Okay. What are your plans for the next year?
To strengthen the Underground Railroad.
What do you mean by that?
I have a crew called the Underground Railroad and a program called the Underground Railroad, and there's a group called the Underground Railroad. So I want to strengthen that so that next year you won't say, what do you mean? You'll know. You'll be like, I saw him, I heard him, or I've seen it, I heard about it.
So what's the concept behind the Underground Railroad?
Same concept as Harry Tubman, you know, to get my brothers who might be into drug dealing or whatever it is that's illegal, or that's not into anything, disenfranchised by today's society. I want to get them back into it by turning them on to music. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be R&B, hip-hop, pop, or whatever. However I can get them involved through the Underground Railroad. You know, and while I do that, we're teaching them to find a love for themselves so they can love other people, and they can do the same thing that we did to them to others, because they're going to find a love for themselves, because we're going to teach them. Okay. In my way, not just with a bunch of facts, but true living it. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the Bay Area rap scene now in comparison with, say, other parts of the country?
Right now, the Bay Area is like how the Bronx was in 1981. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's hot. They caught the bug. So everybody's trying to be creative. They're trying to make something. They're trying to make their own claim. Because in New York, it just got to be where you couldn't outdo this the person that just came from New York. So now it's like, it's not really that many people to outdo. You can do something, and if it's good enough, people will remember you. So that's what everybody's doing. So that's what's that. It's like a renaissance. Jumping off. You know? Okay,
New York, in my opinion, the renaissance got stopped short for a number of reasons. What do you think will prevent that from happening with the Bay Area? What do you think will strengthen the hip-hop scene here? What do you think will take away from it?
Well, at the risk of sounding, I don't know, but Digital Underground is unlike any group. It's unlike any group. I give that to Shot, because he made it so that, like, everything Digital Underground does is helping Oakland. It's helping the Bay Area music scene. And because it grows and goes to New York and gets people from all over the country, it helps the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Because we here. This is where we dwell at. So it's rubbing off all down here, all off on here. Okay. More people are knowing about Oakland. Right. Seeing a different side. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you think digital will be one thing that will strengthen the Bay Area rap scene because it brings more national attention. What about just the groups themselves and the attitude that they have towards hip-hop? What do you think it will take to keep them growing?
What we have to do is not concentrate so much on a group, but more on the area, you know what I'm saying? Not just build up Too Short and Digital Underground and Tony. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that can come out of here, and keep putting them down. Let the new groups come out. Nobody wants to give them a chance because everybody's so steady talking about Too Short and Digital Underground and da-da-da-da. They got to let these other groups come out that's trying to come in, you know what I'm saying? That's coming from the bottom. That can really... When
you say let them come up, what do you mean? The music industry, give them a chance to
give them a chance. Like, you know, instead of like letting them do interviews where nobody ever reads them, let somebody else, you know, let a good paper interview them. Instead of having them on radios when nobody's ever going to hear them at a time when nobody's ever going to hear them, have them on, you know what I'm saying, where people can hear them and when people can get at them, when they have a better chance, just like they would do if it was Mariah Carey, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Put them in a real playtime.
Do you find that the Bay Area sound is being respected? Do you find that people are adhering to it or starting to enjoy it from around the country? Or
I think that the Bay Area sound is not even finished coming out, so the more and more it's getting respected, more and more every day. You know what I'm saying? That more and more.
Okay, your brother Mercedes was a rapper, and Tony Feel Good. What's the story with him? Are you going to team up with him? Are you teamed up? Or?
He's in the Underground Railroad. He's part of that group and part of that program and part of that whole thing. He's about to come out with another guy called Dana, Slick D, Mousy. They're about to come out with a little something.
Okay. Well, so who produced your album, and are you into producing if you did do, you know?
I co-produced it along with the Underground Railroad, which was like Shock G, Money B and Raw Fusion, Pee-wee, Jay-Z from Richmond, Stretch and the Live Squad, all over, you know, the Underground Railroad. It's really like a life thing, you know what I'm saying? Underground Railroad. It affects everything we do.
Is there anything that I should cover that we should know about you?
Nothing goes coming. Nothing gold. Just write that one down.
Nothing gold?
Nothing gold. My kids is coming out with a serious message.
There's another group?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to tell me about that?
Yeah. I had a group coming out, Nothing Gold, that I produced. They're like going back to, I went back to my child. All of this stuff that I say in my rhymes now is because of how I grew up. So to handle that, instead of going to psychiatrists, I got a kids group, and we all deal with problems that the younger generation go through these days. Put them into rhymes, so it's like a psychology session listening to that music. You know what I'm saying? That like makes you come to grips with like what you actually do. If you're a black man, you're gonna really trip out because they like really call you out. You know what I'm saying? And to have you deal with them. So it's real wild.
I kind of follow you. Can you give me an example?
It's like responsibility. It's making us have responsibility again. The kids are telling you to have responsibility again through their music. You know what I'm saying? The way you see.
Are they like preaching, or they're
not preaching? They're just telling you straight up, as if Ice Cube said it. You know what I'm saying? Or like Scarface said it. They said it straight up, bluntly. Coming out of a kid's mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy.
Okay. What do you think about the current trends in hip hop? The gangster rap, the Afrocentric rap, the fusion of the singing and hip hop, and some people call it pop rap or whatever.
I think
ragamuffin.
All the real shit is gonna stay. It's gonna go through changes. It's going through a metamorphosis. You know what I'm saying? So it'll bloat up sometimes and get real fat and nasty and greedy, and then it'll, the leeches will fall off and it'll be fit and physical and healthy. So hip hop has to go through all of that, but nobody can't make judgments until it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What do you think right now the biggest enemies to rap are, or hip hop?
Egotistical rappers who don't want to open up their brain.
Can you elaborate on it?
Like that whole thing with like Oakland is the only place where rap is coming out. New York's the only place that's coming out right now. They booty out there, or they booty over there. They ain't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? All of that needs to just die, or else rap's gonna have problems because it's gonna be so immature.
Okay.
And that's never gonna grow. Immaturity, that's just conflicting words. You know what I'm saying? How can immaturity grow?
Right.
So we got to drop all of that.